Grand Rising, everybody. This is a message for Aries for the rest of April. And allow the message to resonate however you'd like. Sorry I couldn't get something to you sooner, but I was just not in the right space, or there was just astrologically things just weren't aligned for me. But I'm super excited to do this kind of reading here, right? Messages that I do are for you. They're intended for you and yourself, right? If people come up, I'll certainly highlight those, but this is a message for Aries for the rest of July. Did I just say April? Interesting. Aries for the rest of July. And I'm going to use the Osho Zen Tarot. I'm going to use my Oracle deck to kind of give you messages from Spirit in the universe that you need to be aware of, right? There's a lot of things happening astrologically. Cancer new moon, Venus and Mars in conjunction with Leo, in the sign of Leo. So here's a message for Aries, right? There is a huge emphasis here. So we have receptivity with consciousness. This is the Osho Zen Tarot deck, so it is about the Buddha. And there is something that's very, very clear. There is something that you have listened to, right? Being receptive is not just sitting there and nodding while somebody's saying something. It's actually being engaged into what they're saying, right? And speaking about consciousness, it's about you like physically being in the now, like physically being aware that you are aware that you are listening to something, right? And again, this message is for self. So there's something that's crystal clear in your mind. There's something that I kind of want to say it's in the sense of a relationship, and some of you might already be in a relationship, but something has just been heightened. Something has been come to light, whether it's realizing things with self or realizing things within a relationship that you're already in, a realization of actually listening. Someone tapped into their feminine energy here with this receptivity card. You have understood the power of listening and understanding what it is that you have in front of you, whether it being yourself or another person. Consciousness, like everything is consciousness, and consciousness is everything. And some folks are like, I don't get it, and that's it's difficult to explain. You know, people talk about higher consciousness and being conscious and what's in your subconscious, and there's just a sense of knowing here. There's a huge sense of like messages that have come to you, an understanding that something has come to you from the astrology deck, the third house messages. Now, the third house is also the house of Gemini, communication, how you receive messages, right? There is, in some sense, I want to say like some of you might even received a spiritual message, Aries. Some of you might have a clear understanding as to what it is that you want. You know, and I'm having a hard time trying to figure out what it is exactly this message is, or this clarity is. The Hierophant and the Tower. Okay, there is some serious groundbreaking spiritual, serious groundbreaking spiritual enlightenment here. The Tower, right? Drastic change in this, like something has come to your mind and you're just like, holy shit, this is it. This is what I want. This is what I need. This is what I need to secure. This is what my soul purpose is. It very well can be in the sense of spirituality, in the sense of self, right? The Hierophant is a spiritual advisor, a mentor. Underneath the consciousness card, like it's so lit in your mind that there's just, it's very clear. And this receptivity, this understanding of this messages that you're getting. The third house can also deal with siblings. It can also deal with siblings. It's the third house, which is Gemini, so it's messages, it's communication. It's maybe your communication was disrupted, and now you understand a little bit more clearly as to what direction it is you want to go into. You know, what what is it that's clear? And I really think that it's in the sense of relationship. Some of you might already be in a relationship and you're realizing what you have, and it's crystal clear that you want to keep what you have. Eight of Pentacles. There's a lot of hard work that went into this clarity here. A lot of things needed to come and go. A lot of things were stagnant in your life. And okay, getting to this position of knowing clarity was a lot of work. It was a lot of in and out energy. It was a lot of things coming and going. But ultimately, you have done the hard work. You have made those difficult choices. You have a crystal clear. Like, I can't be any more clear about how crystal clear this it is in your mind. The World, Queen of Cups. And just, oh my God, like literally this is very, very, very enlightening, like new understanding of what it is that you want when it comes to compassion and love. Like I said, it very well can be love. It was like an awakening. You had some sort of awakening here, some sort of aha moment. And again, you know what that is. Bottom of the deck, the Sun, right? You understand what that happiness is for you. So allow this message to be more of like confirmation that you kind of get what it is that you're looking for. You kind of understand what it is that you want. Some of you might have actually received it in your dreams. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you received it in your dreams. Some sort of spiritual connection that you had with the universe. Some sort of message that came in crystal clear to you. And so allow this message to be kind of confirmation and clarification, like the World, the Sun, and Judgment. What an aha moment this was. What an eye-opening, awakening moment this must have been, with the Hierophant in the background, and then you had the Tower, like just so much change. Like, you can't change and change right there. And let me keep going, because I don't even know how to emphasize that anymore. I'm going to use a fallback deck to kind of pull some oracle messages here. Embrace change. Oh God. Embrace change. You've outgrown your comfort zone. Time to explore new possibilities. Oh, geez, I love when the cards talk, right? Talking about embracing change. There's so much change here. And again, allow this message to be confirmation that there is drastic change in your life. There is get out of your own way. You are the reason, the cause, and the solution. Take back your power by remembering who you really are. Someone here has gained their power back. You have regained the capability to execute whatever it is that you want to succeed. You have the understanding. You have the clarity. You've tapped into your feminine energy here. You have listened to the universe. You have listened to yourself. You maybe sat in meditation. Maybe you sat in those things that you wanted, and everything is always working out for me, right? And you realize that everything is always working out for me. When you get to that point, and I can't, it's hard to explain. It's just a sense of spirituality. And if you're watching this, then you've watched many readings before in the past, where you just get to a point where you trust so much, right? You trust those words of affirmation, those positive words of affirmation that you see, that things are going to be okay. Everything is always working out for me. And once you get to that point, you just allow things to come to you, but you put in the work. I'm not saying that you just sat there and did nothing. You have done the work in the background. You have done what needed to be done, and you just trust in the universe that much that things can't possibly go any other way but up. Let's pull from the Island Wellness. Coffin. Endings bring new beginnings. Growth, change, liberation, transition. Right? This is probably the energy that you're in. Oh gosh, Aries, like, endings bring new beginnings. You know what needed to end. There's just something so clear that you have outgrown something. Growth, change, liberation, transition. There is something here that you have outgrown. Seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third-party interference. Maybe that's what you put to rest. The seduction, and this can be on yourself, right? You were the one that was the third party interfering with your own growth. You know, there very well could be another person that was there. the boat, receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closure issues. Right, so you received whatever closure it was, you received whatever messages it was that you wanted. And with the boat, I always get like, you got on the boat and you went to a calmer place. That's Six of Swords, right? You got on the boat and you're like, I want something much calmer. I know that there's something much calmer for me down the line. I know that there's something else that's bigger and better for me. So why not head in that direction? You know, you've done the work. You're done seducing yourself. You're done being the third party. There very well couldn't be other third parties that might have been in your way, but you have put things to rest. You have put things to bed that are no longer serving you in the highest way. If it's not working out for you in the moment, then you kind of have dropped it there. Let's go ahead and ask the angels now. Go ahead and ask a question here. Let's see what we get. Get more information. Choose a new direction. I think you've already got that in abundance, right? So you went and you sought out new information. Choose a new direction and abundance, right? So there's something here specifically in this question that you asked. It's asking you to get some more details. Ultimately choose a new direction because abundance is there. But again, we have this deep Gemini energy to always want to know. We want to know what it was. We want to get that closure. We want to know why you did what you did or why you're doing what you're doing. And that is not a spiritual path. That is not the direction of seek to understand, because sometimes you really don't want to understand. And when you get to the point where you're just like, I don't even want to know anymore, that is when your true breakthroughs, your true aha moments come through. That is when your true spiritual connection, your true growth happens, right? When you make yourself uncomfortable and not knowing exactly what it is that's coming, because everything is always working out for me. Aries, I hope this message resonates with you. 12:22. I'll see you guys soon.